how could I use a broken tool to till my mind's mental soil? So wouldn't I have to fix my mind's tool before I can then till the fields of my children's minds? See, like, what is the role of a father if his role is not defined by the father? If I'm coming out of slavery, then what is my role? See, like, that's why I'm saying when I read the Bible and it say, in all things get ye understanding, then I'm saying, well, if I look back, how can I find understanding in my enslavement? So, and if I look forward, then what do I see? So I have to look presently at what I don't have. And then I had to presently start working on the things that the devil stole. So see, I had to work on my tool. I had to start using it. See what I'm saying? And once I started using it, I started creating an avenue for my understanding to flourish. See, if the devil's money is success, then the devils control your successes. But if knowledge is what got you successful, then money has nothing to do with it. See, that's why when I went to court, I neutralized the money, because it wasn't about how much money you had. It was about the value of your truth, the weight of it. See, why you think that the symbol of justice is a scale? See what I'm saying? Because it weighs the truth, the evidence, right? And the truth is going to tip the scale. Now, if I start lying and the devil got money, see how he tipped the scale in the favor with the judge? And that's why the judge say only God can judge him or her, because they say that's their courthouse. This my courthouse, this my courtroom. And I'm saying, see, wouldn't that be the same as when Jesus went into the temple and saw them selling sheep, oxen, and doves? Well, how about if God walked into the civil and criminal courthouses like I did and saw his name up above a liar? Well, what would he do? If he told you in the Bible that a good name is worth more than silver and gold, so would he then trade his name for paper? Or would he make a case like I did to prove the value of his name like I did in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? See, I know people say, well, why he keep saying that? Because that's when I did what I did. You can't take that day from me, because that day liberated me. And now I'm living on my mental assets. See what I'm saying? So every day is a New Testament to my survival technique, because it's one day at a time, right? But if I don't testify in the time that I'm spending every day, then every day I'll be spending the time because I wouldn't have testified. So then after it got to being 15 years, right, then I'm saying, man, I better start videoing, because I started looking at Dr. Martin Luther King on video. And I'm like, man, well, Tommy, if your people can't read, then, because I told my sister Tara, right, I said, if you left your kids, like if I left my kids a pot of gold, and I wrote the instructions away the way I left the pot of gold, right, but I didn't teach them how to read, then what did I leave them, right? Because whoever read those instructions, you think they're gonna tell them that it's a pot of gold? So see, the goal is the fact that if I would have taught them how to read, which I did, that's what I was saying to my sister, that I gave my children their inheritance. when I taught them how to read and write. See, so they can read the instructions of the goal that their father left them, which is the lawsuit, the how-to. See, how to set the standard. See, and how to live up to the standard that you set. See, how can something be too much for me if I set the standard? I'm setting the standard. So I'm telling my kids that it can be done because you saw me do it. You saw me do it inside the house, and you saw me do it inside of the courthouse. So you saw me get the devil's toe out of my house, and then you saw me bring his body in the court. And then I revealed his angels to be judges, presidents. So now, did I save the world or did I destroy the world? Because if I'm in court with my truth, then didn't I save the world truthfully with my truth that I made in my life? So how can I be embellishing about who I am if I went to court and proved it? So now what am I supposed to do? Am I not supposed to rejoice that I made it out of court? And I'm not supposed to be angry that you have taken 15 years of my life in your religious confusion? See, I'm saying, why not be mad with the person who stole you? Why be mad with the person who purchased you with his love for his children? See, I'm saying, well, how could Jesus have fatherly love when he never was a father? Now, he can have friend, love for a friend, but man, ain't nothing like love for a child, man. I ain't never felt that kind of love but twice in my life. And man, one was this little girl, man, and oh man, I ain't really, I told my daughter I ain't want no daughter. See, that's why I can speak so candidly, because I spoke privately to the thing I love more than anything in this world. Well, not like that. Because I'm saying my kids, I love them. But if I'm talking to one of them, I'm going to tell them that I love you more than anything in this world. And I'm going to tell your brother if I'm talking to him, because it's personal. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I'm telling you, because if I'm talking to you, it's a reason. I'm not just talking. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? That, hey, man, I don't know how to be nothing else but me. I'm looking back at me, and I'm saying, man, I wish and then I'm saying, my daddy always told me don't dwell, and I'm understanding why. Because there ain't nothing I can do about who I was. But I'm saying, man, I'm glad that I was so I can be who I am, because I'm a work in progress. That's why I said, I wrote a book about, because somebody was saying, I think I'm perfect. No, my brother. He said, man, you think you perfect, you this. And so I wrote a book about it, you see, to get deeper into it. Because you can argue with a person, right? Because he was saying, every time he think he know me, I change. And I was saying, I'm not changing, I'm adapting to the situation. But I'm still the same. My foundation, my roots are just getting more mature, so they getting deeper, right? Just imagine if you was superficial. Wouldn't you just see the surface of things? But how about if you get into exploration, then wouldn't you go deeper? Like an architect or what they call archaeologists, like they look for relics and they go deep and they get with a fine, see when they see a skeleton, they see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm doing with this devil, man. Like, I'm just really just getting him real defined, right? And I'm just trying to show my brother, like, man, if I don't, and then I read it in the Bible, right? If I don't become as wise as my serpent, then my serpent become my God, because once I can't beat him, then I guess I gotta create a God like everybody else. See, I don't know, man. And I'm saying that's why I don't like this, because I don't know what I'm trying to figure out, because I done defeated my enemy, which was me. That's what I had learned. See, when you facing death, you have already accepted losing your life, because if you don't face it, you done lost your life anyway. See, people saying, oh man, it's the house, this. I'm saying, listen, man, the house was what we was fighting over. But my life is what I was using to win the fight, saying, well, why you taking my house? You taking it. And then they was making it look like the color of law, like they was foreclosing on me. And I'm saying, nah, man, here, I paid for my house. Here, SunTrust Bank did this. So this is what I'm saying to people. If I'm fighting the devil and he got the toe in my house, then the house is where the devil's toe at. That's where I caught it, right? Now I'm dragging the rest of him, see, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, and I'm saying, Emancipation Proclamation, devil, get thee behind me, Satan. See, just like your Jesus. So now, if I didn't become as wise as my serpent, then wouldn't the serpent be in front of me? Then how can I say to the serpent what your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ said to him when he was Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee, when he said, get thee behind me, Satan? See, if I wasn't in court saying Emancipation Proclamation, how can I say what Moses said, let my people go? And I'm saying the same thing, but they said anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So America, through its representative at the time, which was the 16th president of the United States of America, for whom name is Abraham Lincoln, gave my ancestors freedom through the Emancipation Proclamation. So if I am a descendant of those for whom was given the Emancipation Proclamation from the elected official of these United States of America, then why can't I use what he said against America, who has taken my independence away? So that's what I'm saying. I'm using what was said to now show what is being done. So why would I leave any descendant of slaves, whether they're European, for whom was once property of King George? That's why I'm using the United States Declaration of Independence to free the descendants of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Howe. See, I'm saying, hey man, I'm saving these people, because you got to be of a foreign force that's over here done trapped us, because these great men, which is the founding fathers of these United States of America, saying that this here is against our rules, this against our charter. And I am a veteran of the United States Navy, and I cannot sit back as a patriot and not be as George Washington was. And I work for him. I work for George Washington. I work for the United States Postal Service. That was his. He started that. The Pony Express. So now, why can't I have a stamp if he started it? Now, hey, you wanted to sell his Pony Express, and I sued you for it. United States of America with his founding documents. So why the post office not mine?